This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences, and the individual results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences, and the individual results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences, and the individual results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose.
3. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to another episode of Daily with Doc and Becca and Albert and Marilyn and AJ, because it is Albert, Marilyn, and AJ doing the show for us today, but we do have something that we hope is going to be beneficial for us, and we appreciate you all tuning in. Today's show is a little bit different than our normal. Today's show, we will be discussing Dr. Wallach and 10 statements that he's made over the years that the mainstream community is now catching up with. And I just wanted to do that because, in case you folks didn't know or were not aware, Dr. Wallach and his family have put their life into this whole nutrition thing, and have been very passionate and steadfast in doing things to help other people have better health outcomes. And, Dr. Wallach has lectured since the 90s and started this company. It was American Longevity, and it kind of morphed into Longevity International, what we have now. But keep in mind that Dr. Wallach also sued the FDA and was in litigation with the FDA in federal court 8 times. And in order to complete that, in order to get 3 certified health claims, which there's no other living human being or any organization that has more than 1 certified health claim. Dr. Wallach has 3 that he acquired with his attorney, Jonathan E. Mord, who may be running for state senate in Virginia. He gained 3 certified health claims with a host of other people that you may have heard Richard Renton mention yesterday, who supported Dr. Wallach in his work and findings. But in order to get this done, Dr. Joel Wallach sold his farm and his mother's farm in order to make this happen. To me, that's pretty extraordinary, and I think it deserves recognition. And the fact of the matter is, this is a man who was maligned for many years for his views, and his views are now, in many cases, being recognized as fact. So I want to do a little bit of an exploration. I did some research just to identify some things that Dr. Wallach had once said, and people poo-pooed it then, but now the research, and this is all peer-reviewed research. I have no guessing articles. These are all scientifically peer-reviewed articles and research that we've used to identify some of Doc's claims. Now, of course, all of us, we would go a little bit further than what the peer-reviewed research will say, but they are catching up. And I do want you to enjoy listening to some of the things that we have compiled here. So I'm just going to start here.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to pull out the core knowledge from the latest research so you can really understand the hidden mechanics of your own body.
Yeah, and today we're kind of shifting perspective, aren't we? Our sources really redefine the role of, well, basic nutrition.
Right.
We're moving past just thinking of nutrients as fuel. Things like amino acids, cholesterol, vitamins, minerals. They're acting as these complex signaling molecules.
Signaling molecules, okay.
Yeah, they manage almost everything. Bone density, how your immune system decides whether to, fight or just stand down.
So, our mission today is to dive into three pretty different areas. We've got the new science of immunometabolism,
Hmm.
the systemic chaos that excess body mass can cause with our minerals,
Right, that whole imbalance picture.
and then this surprising protective power of a really common B vitamin. We've looked at a 2025 review on innate immunity, some large-scale NANES data on vitamin B2, and analogies covering mineral issues and obesity and even some chronic diseases.
Okay, so let's maybe.
Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
Okay, well, my question is, can you please tell me 10 of the claims that Dr. Joel Wallach has
Oh,
made over the
absolutely. We love the interaction. We're just.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Can you please tell me 10 claims that Dr. Joel Wallach has made over the years that are now more widely accepted?
That is a great question and a fantastic pivot point.
Oh, absolutely. We love the interaction. Wallach's work is definitely revolutionary in its claims.
Yeah, and some of the core concepts he's championed are now more mainstream, especially regarding deficiencies.
If we look at the source material, a few claims stand out as having gained significant.
Folks, before we continue that, this program is for educational purposes only, and the content is not intended to diagnose, treat, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA, and any testimonials are shared as individual experiences. Results may vary and are not typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. But do keep in mind, folks, as an empowered individual, you do have options.
Fraction or nuance in modern research.
Okay, let's unpack this and pull out 10 concepts that have definitely found their way into wider acceptance or discussion.
Right. First, his emphasis on mineral depletion in farming.
That's number one. The idea that minerals in food have declined due to soil issues is backed by research looking at historical and modern crop compositions.
Number two, the critical role of essential fatty acids like omega-3s.
That's huge. The research now extensively confirms their role in modulating inflammation, which is something he pushed for years.
Absolutely. The anti-inflammatory effects of omega-3s are critical for conditions like arthritis and general health.
Number three, his connection between certain diseases and selenium deficiency.
While the cause of SIs is complex, our sources confirm that nutrient deficiencies like selenium and vitamin E can be contributing or aggravating factors.
That's a key distinction, aggravating factors, which still gives weight to the nutritional link.
Number four, and one we are diving into later, is the link between nutritional deficiencies and bone health.
Absolutely. We were just about to talk about vitamin B2 and bone loss, and the role of minerals like zinc and calcium in osteoporosis is universally accepted now.
Number five is the connection between obesity and mineral deficiencies.
We see evidence that obesity leads to mineral imbalances, covering magnesium, zinc, and copper, which we had planned to discuss.
This reports his idea that the body is craving nutrients when excess weight is present.
Number six, the importance of cholesterol as an essential nutrient, particularly for hormones and brain health.
While avoiding cholesterol for heart health was standard advice, modern understanding recognizes its necessity for cell membranes and hormone synthesis.
That shift in understanding is profound.
Number seven, the concept of nutritional modification in conditions like muscular dystrophy.
Research now explores how omega-3s can potentially impact inflammation markers in conditions like Duchenne muscular dystrophy, fitting his broader theory.
Number eight, the link between gluten elimination and improved nutrient absorption.
For those with celiac disease or even non-celiac sensitivities, eliminating gluten is necessary to restore the villi and prevent malabsorption, which is his core point.
Moving to number nine, his focus on the 90 essential nutrients.
The detailed list, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids, highlights the sheer volume of required micronutrients often missed in standard diets.
And finally, number 10, his overall emphasis on nutritional causes for chronic diseases, essentially the concept of epigenetics.
While not replacing genetics, the field of epigenetics confirms diet and environment influence gene expression, a far cry from a purely genetic fate.
So those are 10 areas where his claims have been validated, at least in part, by current nutritional science.
So, in case you were wondering what that was, thank you, Marilyn. That was 10 different examples of things that Dr. Wallach mentioned over the years that are now becoming more widely accepted. And again, as folks who have followed Dr. Wallach much more closely, we all probably have different views, and our views probably extend a little bit further, but this is evidence that what Dr. Wallach has been teaching for many years is now being recognized in the mainstream. So these were 10 articles. If you want the sources of these articles, feel free to email questions at dailywithdoc.com and I will send you a complete bibliography. The individuals speaking were AI generated voices that were analyzing the data that I inputted into their data. And again, every article that was inputted was an in fact, that was every article was every article used was a peer-reviewed article from scientifically peer-reviewed articles. So in this case now, I'm just going to share a little presentation, and I hope that it gives some added insight to what we've been discussing.
All right, let's talk about nutrition, but, not in the way we usually do. Forget calories and weight loss for a second. We're going way deeper, uncovering the hidden power inside our food and its, frankly, surprising connection to some of the most complex diseases out there. You know that old saying, you are what you eat? We usually just think it means, hey, eat your broccoli. But what if it's way more literal than that? I mean, what if the food we eat is actually giving our cells instructions, telling them how to fight off disease? That's the rabbit hole we're diving down today. Okay, so before we can really connect the dots between what's on our plate and these major diseases, we have to talk about a huge problem that's, well, it's hiding in plain sight. Researchers have a name for it: hidden hunger. Think about it like this. Most of us see food as just fuel, right? Calories are the gasoline you put in your car. But what happens if you never check the engine oil or the coolant? The engine's going to seize up, right? Well, in our bodies, those other fluids, the oil, the coolant, that's our micronutrients. And the crazy thing is, a lot of us are driving around with a full tank of gas, but we're dangerously low on oil. And this whole low on engine oil thing, it has a proper scientific name: nutritional inadequacy. The key here is that it's not a massive, full-blown deficiency where your teeth are falling out. It's much quieter. It's a subtle, chronic lack of the good stuff your body needs to run smoothly. So let's get this straight, because it's really important. A full-on vitamin C deficiency, that gives you scurvy. Super obvious, right? But a vitamin C inadequacy? That might just feel like you're getting sick more often, or you're just tired all the time. See the difference? It's so subtle. It flies under the radar for years, all while potentially contributing to much bigger problems down the line. And get this, this is not some rare niche issue. We're talking about over 2 billion people worldwide. 2 billion. And here's the kicker. This isn't just a problem somewhere else. It's happening right here, in developed countries where we have plenty of food. We're eating diets packed with calories, but they're empty. It's the perfect recipe for this hidden hunger. A full tank of gas, but the engine is sputtering. So, okay, what actually happens when we don't have enough of these essential parts? Well, answering that question has completely changed how scientists think about nutrients. They're not just passive bricks for building our bodies. Nope, they're active messengers. They're little information packets, giving our cells direct orders. Yeah, there was this fantastic review in the journal Molecular Cell that just nailed it. It said nutrients act as signaling mediators. That's a fancy way of saying they're like the traffic cops of your immune system, blowing the whistle and telling cells, you, go here, you, do this. So how does that actually play out? Well, when your body spots a threat, like a virus, it triggers something called metabolic reprogramming. Basically, it hits the alarm bell. And nutrients are what fuel this whole process. They activate these complex communication lines that tell your immune cells to get to work, and fast. Without enough of them, that response is going to be slow and weak. And this right here is the heart of what we're talking about today. If nutrients are that important for just the basic day-to-day operations of our cells, then could a lack of them actually be a major player in diseases we've always been told are just purely genetic or just bad luck? Now, we have to be super clear here. No one is saying a vitamin deficiency causes a genetic disease. That's not it. Think of it more like this. A genetic condition might be the song that's playing, but nutrition is the volume knob. The research suggests it can be a massive contributing factor, turning the volume way up or potentially way down on a disease's severity.
Okay, let's make this real. Let's look at the actual research, the peer-reviewed science on 3 incredibly serious conditions: SIDS, cystic fibrosis, and Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
So as you can see, the connections are pretty startling. For SIDS, you have studies pointing to low levels of things like magnesium and vitamin E, which are vital for controlling breathing. With cystic fibrosis, a disease that messes with nutrient absorption in the first place, it's almost a double whammy, where vitamin shortfalls can make a bad situation even worse. And then with muscular dystrophy, a lack of vitamin D and calcium can just pour fuel on the fire of muscle wasting.
All right, let's put one of these under the microscope to really see what the data looks like. We'll focus on Duchenne muscular dystrophy, or DMD. It's a devastating genetic disorder that causes muscles to progressively break down.
So a 2024 study looked at a group of boys with DMD. The results were just staggering. 61.4% of them were deficient in vitamin D. Let that sink in for a second. Vitamin D is essential for healthy bones and muscles. So here you have a group of kids whose primary battle is with muscle degeneration, and over half of them are missing a critical nutrient needed to support that exact system. It's a huge deal. Okay, so why does all this matter? I mean, why should learning about rare genetic diseases matter to you and me? Well, the answer is actually really simple, and honestly, it's incredibly empowering. Look, you and I can't change our genes. That code is written. But our nutrition, that is a powerful lever we get to pull every single day. It's a factor we can control that can literally influence how our genes behave.
So let's just quickly wrap up the main points here. First, that hidden hunger thing is real and it's everywhere. Second, food isn't just fuel, it's information. Nutrients are sending signals. Third, not having enough of those nutrients can seriously change the game for major diseases. And finally, that means nutrition has to be a central focus of how we approach health.
And all of this leaves us with one massive, forward-looking question. What if the future of medicine isn't just found in our pharmacies, but in our pantries? As we keep uncovering these deep links between our food and our health, it really makes you wonder what else is hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to discover.
All right, folks. So, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, all of us who followed Dr. Wallach a little longer would kind of say that presentation didn't go far enough. But that's all we're going to say for now about that particular thing. It's just because it's, all I can say about that is eventually maybe everyone else will catch up to what Dr. Wallach has been saying for the past 30 years. And if there are any questions, please bring them. But, we kind of want to keep this one short and sweet. This presentation was just to highlight the fact that Dr. Wallach was right. Give him his props, give him his due, and, let everyone that you know and love know that they have more control over their health outcomes if they only utilize all 90 essential nutrients in order to do so. Marilyn.
Okay. I just wanted to say that the reason your body tells you to eat is because you are lacking nutrients. And that is the point that Dr. Wallach is trying to get across. And when you eat a diet that is high in calories and not nutrients, the body will continually make you feel hungry. You will continually have that hormonal response where you need to eat. And if you keep giving it just calories without proper nutrients, you will continually to eat, and that's what leads to obesity. Thank you. AJ, you're muted.
Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you very much for what you said. You know, I've got many articles here that back up what you said. And if you folks want to read any of these articles, please email us at questions@dailywithdoc.com, and we will send that to you. But it is very important that we understand. It is very important that we understand the role of nutrients and micronutrients and vitamins and minerals in our diets and in our daily lives. And this is what Dr. Wallach has been teaching us for many years. It's just the fact that, you know, a lot of other folks besides Dr. Wallach will talk about this in a fractionated form. They'll talk about vitamin A and vitamin E or vitamin K being important, whereas Dr. Wallach has said, listen, we need 90 of these things, and we need to get this point across to our friends and family. Like, look, it's not just enough to take your Flintstone vitamin. It's not just enough to take your one a day. You need 90 essential nutrients, and if you want to go out there and spend $2,000 to get all 90 essential nutrients in adequate amounts for your daily life, go ahead. Or you can call someone that you know that knows about Dr. Wallach, who's a part of the longevity family and who's got all 90 essential nutrients that can be had for as low as $71. It's just a fact. Call somebody that you know that's involved in longevity. Whoever introduced you to this presentation that we're doing right now, let them know, hey, I want this 90 essential nutrients because now I understand that my body needs these for optimal health, and they will be happy to help you on that journey. So that's about it for today, folks. You know, there's not much more unless my buddy Albert's got something he wants to add. We had said this presentation was going to be so short that we probably need to show some giraffe videos to fill up the rest of the time. But instead of doing the giraffe videos, we're going to let you folks maybe just go about your day. And but Albert, you have anything to add?
Not really. It's just to, you know, if people could understand the impact and the level to which Dr. Wallach has gone right throughout his life. There's few people that have done what he has done. And it was all done for the benefit of others, for you and I. And that is just exemplary.
I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. There are many other heroes around the world, right? Who've made
Sure.
discoveries and who, I mean, there's tons of people who are extremely good and have made discoveries for the benefit of humanity. Dr. Wallach is right amongst them, and in my mind is one of the best. So this is why we talk about him, because he's affected our lives in an acute way. And, you know, and all of us really appreciate him. This is why we're putting on this presentation. Albert, Marilyn, any last words?
I just feel like Dr. Wallach has changed my life. I mean, I don't even know if I'd really be here. I know yesterday I kind of mentioned that I had back and hip pains, but all of that is very severe. It's little things that should not be happening. And so all those little things eventually become complex. And it's kind of like a metabolic breakdown that eventually happens. And it's over a small period of time. So you have to pay attention to what your body is telling you. Any little ache and pain is not normal. And so that's what Dr. Wallach was teaching, is prevention and commonalities amongst us. It's not the hereditary genetic traits that he focused on. In fact, he focused on the opposite. What common symptoms we all as humans face. And when you start to notice them, you start to pick up on that you do have a disease. And as Ben said, it is not a cancer of the gallbladder. It's not a cancer of the heart. It's not a cancer of the brain. It's not a cancer of the skin. I had a brother who had melanoma. He was very fair, he very blonde hair, freckles, but Dr. Wallach said that what didn't matter. He said he's really got the cancer on a cellular level, and with these nutrients, we are feeding the body on that cellular level, and so the cells then know what to do. We don't have to even consciously think about it. But what we do have to pay attention is if our body is giving us signals. It's telling us there's some symptoms that you're experiencing, and that's what you need to address. Okay?
Absolutely. And Doc calls it the red warning light, right? You got the red warning light on the dashboard of the car. You got to pay attention to it. Don't just put a piece of tape over the red warning light. Pay attention. Something is being told to you, and address it. And the best way we know how to address it today is the use of the 90 essential nutrients and a little extra of some other things. If there's, some secret sauces can be used, as Richard kind of talked about the sunflower he created, the 90 essential nutrients in the core. And then we have other secret sauces that you can use to address other issues. Albert, last shot.
Last shot. A nice thing I like to think about the whole nutritional thing that Dr. Wallach has shown us is that I'm sure each of us have seen a house being built or a building being built. And has anybody ever seen a house just being built without foundations? No. You always lay the foundation. And then what happens with the foundation is you cover it up. You never see the foundation anymore. You only see the building standing above the foundation. And the 90 essential nutrients are the foundation of which you need to have a solid health base. And after that, you take all the other additional secret sources to build up your health to a stable environment that you can thrive in. So always remember that you never see the foundation after you've built your house or your building. But it's there, and it has to be there. Otherwise, your building is going to fall over.
Absolutely. And thank you, Albert. And for you who are in the chat, who are in the Zoom room with us, thank you. And if you're on one of the platforms, thank you. And even though it may feel like we're preaching to the choir, we would like you to take any learnings that you have and share it with others. As you saw, there are billions of people who are lacking nutrients. So get out there and go help somebody. And that is all for today. Sorry it's not longer, but tomorrow we will have pharmacist Ben Fuchs, and I'm sure it will not be as short as this. Have a good day, everybody.
This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of individual, results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options.